In Chinua Achebe's book, Things Fall Apart, men and women are looked upon differently and have different roles in the Ibo community. The roles differ by who raises the children, does the farming, cooks the food, takes over the religious jobs, teaching, and who controls others in each of the villages. Much like the past culture of America, men and women are not looked upon the same. Women are looked upon as weak, not even strong enough to farm the crop of yam. The roles of the women in the villages are all dependent on the men. What they can and can't do depends on what their male figure determines. Also, punishments are more severe. While a man can have several wives, a woman must only belong to her husband, who can abuse and beat her as he sees fit. From what we have learned, men seem to do more in the community, but the women also have to put up with more, so their roles are quite equal in work. The community has men and women's roles so different that similarities don't exist. While both men and women have very important roles in the Ibo community, men have important strength-needed jobs, the opposite of the women's role. In the Ibo community, men are thought very highly of and have many privileges. Over the years, they have taken on the role of being a leader for their community. Being a leader for the community puts weights on their shoulders to be what everyone envisions man to be. A man has to be a hard worker and a successful person. In Achebe's book, Things Fall Apart, the man in the family is very strict and hardworking because he wants to uphold his high status. In the Ibo community, men are ranked really high and in return achieve many privileges. Some of their privileges are being in control and being the boss. A man in this community can order his wife and children around and get what he asks for in return. Also, a man is in charge of having a job and being the provider for the family. A man must have a job in order to support his family. He provides the food, shelter, and clothes for his children and wife. Some say that in the Ibo community, the men are the breadwinner of the family because they bring home the money. Men have more privileges than women, but in return have more responsibilities to uphold because of their status in the Ibo community.
Unlike the men who are high in rank, women are portrayed as having no power or social status, but are still strong figures. Although men seem to have more responsibilities and women aren't seen farming yams, they still have equal responsibilities. Some of their main jobs include being a good wife for their husband and taking care of their children. Even though these jobs don't sound as strenuous as fielding crops, they are still really important and highly valued. Some people look at women as the weaker sex, while others worship the roles of women. In Things Fall Apart by Chinua Achebe, women are generally looked down upon. However, the priestess of Agbala was a very important woman. Being a priestess was another job women could do in their town, which often brought a high rank. In general, Igbo women are powerless. Since wives and yams show how wealthy a man is, the women are not as worshipped.
Life in the Ibo community is busy no matter if you are a woman or a man. While it is easy to see who gets more rights and which gender is treated more fairly, the roles are manageable for each gender, even if they are tiresome. Although a woman's role seems to be unfair as their image is represented as weak, the men's pride in that community gives them more work, so they have only themselves to blame. Strength versus weakness is the main difference between the roles in the Ibo community. Only the ways and views of the people that live there would be able to change them.
Listening to it 100 times? Yeah.